Okay, so what I'm gonna say will probably rub people the wrong way, but first of all, let's be real for a second. This game against Arsenal, this isn't just another opening fixture. This is make or break for Ruben Amorim. You start with a win, and you've got the fans chanting your name, you've got Old Trafford buzzing, you've got momentum. You start with a loss, trust me, heads will start to turn. People will start asking questions. I'll start asking questions. And honestly, I already am. Because look, the board have actually done their job this summer. Sesko, Cunha, and Mbeumo, and possibly Balaba on the way. That's not bad business. That's exactly what United fans have been crying out for. Prem-proven talent, young, hungry players, the kind of signings that should push us closer to where we want to be. But here's my problem, and I'm gonna keep it real with you. This is just my opinion, and I want yours in the comments. Do we actually trust Amorim to use these players properly? Do we trust him to put players in their best positions? Do we trust him to pick the better player over his friends like Dalot? Because I don't. I've seen too much favoritism already, and that could be the one thing that ruins this whole project. And with this squad, fully backed, I don't want to hear excuses from anyone. Anything less than top 6 is a failure. End of. But look, I'll give Amorim some credit. In pre-season, the intensity has been better. You can actually see some proper coaching happening now. The players look sharper, more aggressive, more switched on, like they finally understand what Amorim's asking them to do. We've had games in the last couple of seasons where United just looked flat, slow, like they were running in mud. This pre-season, it hasn't been perfect, but at least it feels like there's a bit more bite. You can see players pressing together, you can see more coordinated movement off the ball. Individually, there's been some positives. Patrick Dorgu, down that left side, has looked solid. What I like is that he's way more comfortable when Garnacho isn't on the pitch clogging up that space. When Garnacho plays, Dorgu's forced to tuck inside into this awkward inverted role, almost like a 10, which doesn't suit him. Without that, he's bombing forward, staying wide, actually giving us the width we need. Then there's Yoro. Man, this kid is ridiculous. Calm on the ball, reads the game like he's been playing at the top level for 10 years, never looks flustered. Every time he steps in to intercept or clean up a dangerous attack, you just think, yeah, this is the future of our defense. Cunha and Mbeumo have also been huge in pre-season. They've brought that spark we were crying out for last season. Directness, movement, and a bit of unpredictability. What's interesting is when they drop deep into midfield, they actually create these overloads we desperately need. Because let's be honest, with the double pivot, we're often outnumbered in there. So when Cunha or Mbeumo come inside, it gives Bruno and the other midfielder some help, and suddenly we can keep the ball better. Now, that doesn't mean I'm fully sold. Even with those positives, the system still worries me. The midfield just doesn't have the right balance. Bruno in a double pivot, it's like trying to use a sports car to pull a caravan. He's great going forward, but that role asks him to sit deep, be disciplined, and track runners, which just isn't his game. In my opinion, we should have taken that £100 million offer for Bruno. Why? Because with that money, we could have brought in Balaba and another proper midfielder, someone like Adam Wharton, and actually fixed the balance of this team. But again, Amorim's favoritism got in the way. He kept Bruno because he's his guy. And now we're left hoping this system doesn't get torn apart by Arsenal's midfield. So yeah, pre-season's given us some hope, but it's also shown the same tactical cracks that could split wide open once we face proper Premier League opposition. This Arsenal game, this is the perfect early test. You win, the fans are buzzing, the atmosphere's electric, and Amorim instantly buys himself some breathing room. You lose. And I'm telling you right now, with the money that's been spent, with the squad he's been given, the pressure is immediately on. Because let's be real here, Amorim has been fully backed this summer. No, we have to suffer, quotes. No hiding behind injuries. No blaming the board. Not this time. With Sesko, Cunha, Mbeumo, possibly Balaba, you've got depth, you've got pace, you've got Premier League quality. That's why for me, and again, this is just my opinion, anything less than top 6 is a failure. End of story. And I want to know if you agree. So drop it in the comments because maybe I'm being too harsh, but I don't think I am. So yeah, that's how I see it. The transfers are good, the board's done their part, but if Amorim can't drop his favourites and play the best 11 in their best positions, this whole project could crumble before it even gets going. But hey, that's just my opinion. I could be completely wrong. Maybe Dalot smashes it, maybe Bruno bosses the double pivot, maybe we go to the Emirates and absolutely cook Arsenal, or maybe we see the same old problems again. Either way, I want to hear it from you. Do you trust Amorim to get this right? Do you trust him to pick the best players over his friends? Do you actually believe we'll finish top 6 with this squad? Drop your thoughts in the comments and I'm going to be reading every single one.